Burns coming to you from the D Properties. This is the first of many of my video series on investing in Detroit the right way. I am going to give you today the top 5 mistakes that investors make. You may wonder, how do I know? Well, I am an investor. My husband and I have been buying houses in Detroit since 2007. We have a specific model that we use, and things have been going phenomenally well for us. And through word of mouth, other investors have contacted us and said, hey, what are you guys doing? And we've been able to help out a few people get started. I have all kinds of packages that I'm offering to different investors, whether you're local, you're out of the state, you're out of the country, if you just want some tips, or if you want to use our full services. I am a realtor, and my husband is a builder, and we have a floor covering business, and my husband does all the rehab. Together we shop for the houses, so it's a one-stop shop. Pretty cool. So the number 5 mistake that investors make is buying in bulk. Don't buy houses in bulk. It is a huge mistake. People contact us that have done this, and they say, hey, go around and look at these houses and see what you think, and turns out most of the houses that they bought were really, really bad. They never should have bought them. Those are tricky little packages. I've heard they even have seminars in like California, different places on, look at all these properties and stuff. So that's number 5. Number 4, making the wrong bid. We usually win our bids. We've got a really good feel between me being a realtor and my husband having the ability to walk through a house and get a really quick, I don't know how he does it, but he does all the numbers in his head. He knows what all the rehab costs are going to be. He's worked with different contractors for so long, he knows what each thing is going to cost. And he bases the bid on that. And if you work with a realtor, I know that their goal is to make the sale. And we've had people come to us before and say, okay, well the realtor said it doesn't really need much, so give us an estimate what the rehab would cost. And we'll give them the estimate, and they're like, what? Like, well, you know, if you want a good tenant. And we do it economically. So, making the wrong bid. Number 3, buying sight unseen. You need to know what it is you're buying. I have walked through so many Detroit houses, and in the beginning I always wanted to change the model because I was thinking what I would love to live in, and I look at, I like the big beautiful houses with all the gorgeous hardwood and the woodwork, and they have all this character and stuff, and you look at them, you're like, you could get this house for $10,000, that's so great. You can't do that. There's way more to it. Way more to it than that. And there's lots of stuff that we can show you by, if you came here, and give you our tips on what we do and how we buy houses. We have a pretty specific plan. Number 2, getting ripped off on the rehab. We've seen this one a lot, and it's what I just said, that my husband knows all the people, he knows how to do the rehab himself, he supervises the rest of it. A lot of people will think that they got a great deal, and then the rehab comes along, and let me tell you, there are scammers, and scammers in Detroit that will do the rehab, and they do it high. I've heard about that, someone just told me that recently. And you just can't trust them in the house, and they take way too long, and then the house is unsecured, and the next thing you know, your furnace gets stolen. The rehab is really important, and it's really important to have a crew that you can trust that gives you good prices. The number 1 way that investors make mistakes is location, location, location. And in Detroit, I don't know if you know this, but you can drive down a street and it's beautiful. All the lawns are taken care of. You know, you see friendly faces, and there's parts like that. And then you cross an intersection and you're like, oh my gosh, what just happened? And you see burnt out houses, and you see boarded up houses, and you think, are my car doors locked? You can really screw up on the location. And it's taken us a while to, my husband grew up in Detroit, so that really helps. But we do a lot of driving around. We have one location that we really, really love, and I've got it to the point where if I just say this one street name, my phone is ringing when I advertise the house. My phone is ringing off the hook, and people will sign up to rent from me sight unseen. I have a lot of referral people that do that too. So for my next video, I want to talk about choosing the right property manager. I have a pretty stringent requirement, I guess you could say, before I'll work with investors when it comes to property management. So my next video will help you, even if you're not working with me, questions that you can ask another property management company if they do, because that's another one of the bad things I hear about investors is really getting ripped off by their property managers. I've actually never heard anyone say anything good about a property manager, which is too bad. So I'll give you more details on that next time. If you have questions about any of this, I'd love to talk with you. My phone number, 248-390-3982. My name's Monique Burns. My company is The D Properties. Bye! How'd I do, Lucy?